I just want to say, well, first of all, let me introduce myself, which I probably should have done from the beginning. My name is Derek McLaughlin. I'm the undergraduate chair of biochemistry, and the students in biochem have the misfortune of having me for a number of courses throughout their undergraduate careers. So my face is probably more than familiar to them. To the rest of you, welcome. I'm glad you could make it. The students have gone through a lot in the last year plus, and this has certainly been an unusual year. So I want to give them a special congratulations for persevering through the education during the pandemic. It's great to take a moment now at the end of that to celebrate their accomplishments. So without any further ado from me, I will turn the floor over to the chair of our department, Dr. Greg Glure.
Thanks, Derek, and you're looking snappy as always in that suit. That's nice. So today represents the end of your journey as an undergrad at Western and in the department. And as Derek said, congratulations. I mean, you have actually persevered through a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence by continuing on through this pandemic. All we can say to that is, well done. This is something you will never have to do in your life again, we all hope. I know that the uncertainty associated with these circumstances has made it terribly difficult for you, and an especially difficult way to end your undergraduate career. It's been a challenge for everybody, but you rose to the occasion, and I know that you have all grown and learned how to deal with unprecedented circumstances, whatever they are. Whatever they are, this will serve you well in the future. It doesn't seem like this is good fortune now, but 10 years down the road, you will look back on this and say, I learned how to deal with this kind of crap. I hope that when you reflect back, you will recognize how valuable your education has been and that your time here has helped you to reach your goals. But I want you to know that this is not the end of your journey, but it's a new launching point to your success. I know that you will remember us, and I hope that you stop by for a visit if you're ever in the neighborhood. We will remember you fondly. And who knows, we may call on you in the future to give advice to the younger generation who follows you. That's the way that it works. That's the circle of life, circle of education. So congratulations again. All of us in the department wish you the best of luck, good fortune, and happy times ahead. And I'll back to Derek.
All right, thank you, Greg. So the way this is going to work is we have two sets of awards. The first are the gold medal awards. These are for students who achieve the highest average, modular average in each of our different modules. And we'll go through those first. And then we'll give out course awards, which are for students who have achieved the best grade in individual courses in our program, focusing on the fourth year. So that's the sort of the order of business for the evening. So we'll get on with it and start with the gold medal winners. And typically for these, we've asked a faculty member who is familiar with the student to say a few words about the student. So the first is the honor specialization in biochemistry, which was won by Chang Yi or Tracy Sean. And so I'll ask Eric Ball to say a few words about Tracy.
Yes, thanks. Tracy was absolutely an outstanding student. In fact, one of the top two among all of the students that I've supervised in my 40 years in the department. She was meticulous, accurate, hardworking, analytical and thoughtful, and did I say hardworking? Her lab book is a model that I use to show to other students how it should be done. She worked on the interaction between the linking protein vinculin and the filament forming protein actin. And she made a chemical cross-link between these two proteins and then used mass spectrometry to identify the actual amino acids that were involved. This was quite an accomplishment, especially for a project of this nature. And this cross-link then confirms a structural model that was thought to be correct, but not known absolutely. And the significance is that this is involved in how physical forces control what a cell does, its division and its movement and so on. So it was quite an accomplishment. So Tracy, congratulations. Thank you for working in my lab. And I hope that after your dental degree that you'll come back to research. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Eric, and congratulations, Tracy. Well done. So next we'll move on to the honor specialization in biochemistry and cancer biology, and this was won by Rebecca Lau. Now this module, as you get from its name, is interdisciplinary in nature, but focuses largely on how cancer works and things that go wrong to produce cancer cells. And Rebecca worked in the lab of Sylvia Penuela in the Anatomy and Cell Biology Department. She couldn't be here tonight. She sends along her congratulations. So I'll just say a few words about Rebecca. I got to know Rebecca a little bit through her involvement in the Western Biochemistry Club, where she was co-president this last year, actually. And I remember on one of the trivia nights, Rebecca and I were on the same team and worked really hard together to try to succeed, but unfortunately we didn't come anywhere near to winning, as I remember. But still, it was a fun evening. Dr. Penuela told me that Rebecca was a pleasure to have in the lab and a wonderful lab team member. Rebecca is co-author on a publication from that lab and will be also an author on a second manuscript that is to be submitted. So that's a great accomplishment. And next year, Rebecca will be beginning medical school at the University of Ottawa. So congratulations, Rebecca. Very well done. So the next module up is the biochemistry and cell biology module, which was the winner of the gold medal here is Emma Ciccolini. And so I'll call upon Dave Litchfield to say a few things about Emma.
Well, thanks, Derek. And it's a real delight for me to be able to offer my congratulations to Emma. She completed both her third and fourth year research projects in her lab, and she demonstrated tremendous enthusiasm, creativity, and determination in efforts to develop a strategy to monitor the transmission of regulatory information within living cells. And this is a real challenge and enabled Emma to tackle microscopy, fluorescence microscopy, working with cell culture, and also performing some biochemical analyses. Looking forward, I'm excited to hear about Emma's future successes as she pursues graduate training at McGill University, where she'll be an ambassador for our lab and our programs at Western. Congratulations, Emma.
All right, thank you, Dave, very much. So congratulations to Emma. Next on the list, we have the honor specialization in biochemistry of infection and immunity, which is won by Arun Bahari. And so now I'll call upon Ilka Heinemann to say a few words about Arun.
Yeah, Arun joined my lab about 2 years ago for his third year project. And he quickly showed that he was not going to be deterred by an impossible project. So third year projects are always hard, and his was especially hard. And despite that, he came back for his fourth year honors project. And he was incredibly successful during that project. And he purified proteins and did analyses that we're going to publish very soon. Arun is an outstanding student, very hardworking, extremely reliable, and very diligent. And he's also a very valued team member. So he's a pleasure to have in the lab. So Arun, congratulations. This is a very well-deserved award.
All right, thanks, Ilka. And once again, congratulations to Arun. So the next module is the biochemistry and pathology of human disease. And you can see we have a number of these joint modules which we offer with different departments, and that underscores the fundamental nature of biochemistry as a discipline. But the pathology and biochemistry module, the winner is Mo-Fei Wang. And so I'll call on Brian Shilton to say a few words.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to have Mofe in the lab this year and to get to know him better. The project involved therapeutic approaches to COVID-19. So there was a computational part that Mofe did in the fall remotely, and then I got to meet him in person in the winter when he came into the lab. And he was always, I was always very impressed with the progress he made. He was hardworking and showed a lot of creative and independent thinking, and I just really enjoyed working with him. And he's going to go on now, I think, to work with Dr. Jeff Pickering in our department to do an MSc, and I think he'll be very successful there. So good work, Mofe, and congratulations.
All right, thanks, Brian. And congratulations, Mofe. Okay, the next module then is honor specialization in computational biochemistry, which was won by Carter Wilson. And so I think James Choi is going to say a few things about Carter.
Thanks, Derek. So computational biochemistry is a very challenging but rewarding modules in biochemistry. Students, they learn not just the fundamental of biochemistry, but they also learn a lot of computational techniques that can be used to analyze large biochemical data sets. Carter, he didn't just do well in all these courses, but he actually, in the past 3 years, he has been able to apply the knowledge to scientific research. He worked in my lab in his 3rd and 4th years. And I mean, Carter really has a natural talent in research. And with his hardworking attitudes, Carter already published like 2/3 of the publications before he even started his graduate studies. So I consider myself really lucky to have him working in my lab. So Carter, congratulations on this well-deserved award.
All right, thanks, James, and congratulations to Carter. So the next module we have is the honor specialization in genetics and biochemistry, which is a Bachelor of Science module. And this was won by Yutan or Lane Wu. And I have the pleasure of saying a few words about Lane. She told me that she's had many positive experiences at Western. She did an internship at the London Regional Genomics Center. I'm sure she learned a lot there. One thing she vividly remembers is being the so-called lucky person chosen to give the final presentation on behalf of her teammates in Biochemistry 3381, which is a course where students do a large project throughout the year. And I understand that the person who does the presentation is randomly chosen on the day of the presentation. So everyone has to be on their toes and ready. So Lean was chosen, but she says that this was a great experience because she was able to overcome her nervousness, and her teammates were very supportive of her, and she credits that to dispelling her fear of public speaking. So that was a memorable thing for her. She will be attending the School of Dentistry at the University of Minnesota this fall. So same program that Tracy Sean will be in. So congratulations to Lean. And then the final gold medal is the honors specialization in medical biophysics and biochemistry, which was won by Patrick Mello. And his PhD or his 4th year supervisor, Murray Junup, couldn't be here tonight. So I, again, will have the pleasure of saying a few words about Patrick. Patrick says he chose Western because of the BMSc program, and he also played on the men's varsity soccer team during his time here. So it's great to be able to balance the athletics and the academics that way. In his 3rd year, he won the Litchfield Award for 3381 and 3382, which was coming up in the program. He joined the lab of Dr. Junup in the summer before his 4th year, and Murray says he found him clever, hardworking, and he was impressed by how much Patrick was able to accomplish on the research projects. This fall, Patrick will be starting medical school here at Western, and Murray told me that if he ever needs surgery, he really hopes that Patrick will be his doctor. So congratulations, Patrick, well done. And so now we'll move on to the course award winners. And I feel, we've been moving fairly briskly through the program. And I feel I need to say that we do have another ceremony. The Schulich ceremony starts at 7 o'clock, and these gold medal winners are expected to be there as well. So this is why, in case you're wondering, we're progressing fairly briskly through the program. It's not because we don't want to dwell on the successes, but there is a bit of a deadline for the ceremony. So having said that, let's move on to the course award winners. And the first one is the Litchfield Award for Biochemistry 3381 and 3382. And the winner is Paula Kouris. So we'll call back Dave Litchfield to maybe say a few words.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. And Paul, it's a real pleasure to recognize you with this award. So Biochemistry 3381 and 3382 focus on the molecules of life, such as proteins and DNA, that orchestrate complex life processes at the cellular level. So it really is an honor to recognize you for your achievement in these courses, because they can be challenging. And I also want to acknowledge your contributions to the life of the biochemistry program through your role as a co-president of the Western Biochemistry Club and your participation on the Undergraduate Education Committee. So congratulations and thank you, and we look forward to seeing you in fourth year.
Yep, that's right. I spoke with Paul this afternoon, and he's looking forward to his research project next year. So now we can move on to the fourth year course awards, and typically these will be given out by the course coordinators of the different courses. The first one up is Biochemistry 4410, Molecular Biology of DNA and RNA. The coordinator of this course is Dave Hannaford. He couldn't make it. He sends his regrets. So I'll just say a few words about the course. This course covers techniques in molecular biology and genomics, and topics covered this year included drug screening of HIV and SARS-CoV-2, telomere biology, and the intersection between RNAi, RNA interference, retrotransposons, and RNA editing. So it's all sorts of fun topics in that course. We had two students who tied with the best mark in the course this year, Patrick and Flavio Trefoy. So congratulations to both these students on a job well done. So the next course will be Biochemistry 4415, and I'll call upon Pat O'Donoghue to say a few words.
Thanks, Derek. Well, congratulations, Jennifer. This is a very well-deserved award. I had a peek at all the marks again to refresh my memory, and Jennifer beat her competitors by a good margin. So she really came out with an incredible mark in the course. It's an advanced course in our fourth year. We cover synthetic and chemical biology topics in applications in medicine and agriculture and other areas. It's also a team taught course, so they see me for a part of it, and then they see Dr. Shilton and then Dr. Garnham as well. So quite a diverse course, lots of up-to-date sort of primary literature. It's really the main source of the information for the course, so they really have to dig into quite some papers to excel. And I'll just also say Jennifer obviously excelled with all these different instructors we have in our team taught course, so that's really speaks to her credit. She could adapt to the different instructors and the very different topics that we all threw at her. So congratulations, Jennifer.
All right, thanks, Pat, and congratulations, Jennifer. So the next course is Biochemistry 4420, Molecular Biology of Proteins, and I think Brian Chilton's going to say a few things now.
Yeah, so congratulations to Patrick for this award. 4420 is a course I teach with Gary Shaw and James Choi, and we try to understand, we look at some of the fascinating properties of proteins and how they function in cells. And Patrick did very well in the course. He got 99%, which like Mary Poppins is practically perfect. So congratulations to Patrick.
All right, good job, Patrick. That's a good mark. Moving on, we've got Biochem 4425, Proteomics and Protein Biotechnology, one by Matthew Shamas-Toma. So Gilles Lajoie.
Yes, thank you, Derek. Yes, this was really quite an accomplishment from Matthew. He had the top, obviously the top mark in the course, but what's also remarkable, he had the perfect mark in my section and also Dr. Lee's section. So I don't think we've ever, and also the top mark in Dr. Ling's question section. So all three sections, he had the top mark, and he also had, I was just going to say, perfect mark in my case and with Dr. Lee's section. So actually the perfect mark in my case, I think is only the second time in the last 15 years. So it's really quite remarkable. I should also say that also in that group, which again makes this distinction even better, there was a really remarkable group of people competing, and some of those names have been mentioned already. So again, congratulations, Matthew, and good luck in your career.
All right, thank you, Gilles, and congratulations, Matthew. The next course up is Biochem 4450A, Molecular Genetics of Human Cancer, one by Rebecca Lau, who you remember won the gold medal for the cancer biology module. Dr. Dick couldn't make it tonight, but I'll say a few things. In this course, students learned about the mechanisms of tumor development, different cancer models, and molecular therapies related to the hallmarks of cancer. And Rebecca, we already mentioned, is an excellent student, was able to excel in the course. And I think I've made a mistake because I think the winner of this course was actually Urvi Patel. So I apologize for that. I made a mistake on the slides. So many apologies. So Urvi Patel was the winner of Biochem 4450, who I just mentioned. Urvi was out on internship while she was also working on the course. So that's a good accomplishment to win. So again, apologies for that mix up, but let's honor Urvi Patel for winning the award in Biochem 4450. And then I will go back a slide for, and in fact, I'll go back a slide for Biochem 4455, which, as you can see, is Translational Concepts in Cancer Biology. And that one was won by Rebecca Lau. And to give that, I'll actually call on Dr. Allen to say a few words.
Great, thanks, Derek. I was thinking that Rebecca was just going to make the cancer sweep, but so Rebecca did have the top mark in the 4455 Translational Concepts in Cancer Biology course. So this is a community engaged learning course where the more than 50% of the mark comes from a project they do with a community partner. So Rebecca really took a leadership role with her group in completing a really nice lay communication project for the Canadian Cancer Society, where she and her teammates created some really nice blog posts and informatics. And if you go to the CCS website, you'll see them. And really, Rebecca set the bar very high for her classmates in this class in terms of not only her formal presentations and her writing, but also her engagement in course discussions, which, given this year on Zoom, I was immensely grateful for any student who was willing to, talk and engage, and Rebecca really got her classmates talking. So Rebecca, it was a real pleasure working with you, and congratulations and best of luck with your medical school training.
Thank you, Allison. So and congratulations to Rebecca, and once again, congratulations to Urvi, and I'm sorry about that. I will make sure that's fixed in anything that we post online. The next course will be Biochem 4463, Molecular Basis of Human Disease, and that was coordinated by Susan Meakin. Susan here? I don't think so. Okay, well, anyway, so this course deals with different types of human disease, as the name suggests, and molecular mechanisms by which diseases are they occur and ways we can treat them. And so the winner, obviously, with the best mark this year was Benjamin Rutledge. And I got to know Ben a little bit myself during his time in the program. Really good student, and a well-deserved course award here. So congratulations to Benjamin. And now we come to the Rossiter Award, and this is a named award. This is the award for our fourth-year project courses. And Roger Rossiter was the head of the Biochemistry Department at Western from 1947 to 1965. And his research focused on the myelination of nerve cells, including the lipid components of myelin, and the processes of both myelination and pathologic states of demyelination in the nervous system. And so the Rossiter Award goes to the student with the best performance in our fourth-year thesis courses, in which students complete an independent research project. And you've heard some examples of those projects already tonight. And this year's winner is Patrick Mello. He is obviously a very talented student. As I mentioned previously, Patrick worked under the supervision of Murray Junup, who was very impressed with his research skills. So congratulations, Patrick, on this award. And finally, we have Biochemistry 4999, Advanced Research in Biochemistry, which was won by Yi Xu, or Tina, and Ilka Heinemann could say a few words about Tina.
Yeah, Tina started working in my lab in the midst of the pandemic and completed a fourth-year research project over the summer, which was entirely remote and a little bit of a pain. Despite this, she agreed to stay for an accelerated research project, and she did an outstanding job on this research project. She is very independent, very hardworking. She's a pleasure to work with. It was really great to have her in the lab. She worked on a project where she tried to, or is still continuing to make a yeast model for a genetic disease that's prevalent in the local Amish community. So she's going to make a difference with that in the local communities here. I'm happy that Tina agreed to stay in the lab as a grad student, and this is very well deserved for her. So great work, Tina. Keep on working, and congratulations.
All right, thank you. So congratulations to all. I did want to congratulate all of our graduates. Of course, there are students who have accomplished a lot that didn't get recognized tonight, but we're still proud of their accomplishments as well. These are some of our, these are our PhD and master's graduates from the past year. So congratulations to them. And we have 2 screens worth of bachelor's students graduating. So congratulations to everyone represented here. Well done. You're on to the next chapter of your career, and hopefully you can look back on your time at Western with fondness. And we'll go to the next page here. And I do want to, before I close, thank the efforts of Lindsay Ralph, who did a lot. She was our administrative assistant or undergraduate assistant for many years, and unfortunately has just left us recently, but she did a lot of work on gathering information for tonight. And so we owe her gratitude for the support she's given to the undergraduate program. And congratulations once again to all of our award winners. So thank you. And I think some of us have to move on to the next Zoom call now. So with that, I'll bid you good night. And once again, well done to all our graduates. Thanks for coming.